Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Oma and you're Oming with Oma. Whenever you're seeing this, good morning, good afternoon. How are we doing today? Today's a good day because I'm here to provide healing, transformational work to help you live your best life. Look, I got a new haircut and everything. I'm trying to make sure it looks well for the camera. But I'm excited because we're tackling generational wounds, generational patterns, things that have been passed on from one generation to the next. What I want to get through in this video is working on the shadow aspects of our generation and working through us as well. Before we could see the light, we got to see the dark first. The darkest come before your dawn. And this is not an easy feat. This is not an easy path to work on. I know a lot of us are in relationships we don't belong in jobs that we're not happy in, not in the right tax bracket we should be in. We are not happy with our everyday lives. We are not in the best shape that we want to be in. And listen, there's things that have been passed on from one generation to the next, and it takes one brave soul. Comment down below if you are that brave soul to change your generation, to change the lineage, because I was chosen to do the work. I was chosen, which is why this video was created, was because I was chosen, and this is not easy. Some days I want to give up, but my spirit is so strong, it would not allow me to give up, because I'm going to continue making mistakes that will leave me broken emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. I would not be the best self or live the best life that I need to on this planet during this time, during this lifetime for myself. And me doing this work helps the past and helps the future and helps me the present. That's what it all is about, is really making sure you live your best life and live your life thoroughly. And so generational patterns, what are they? They're just chains that hold you back, chains that pull you from being who you really need to be and creating the life that you want for yourself. The generational wounds and patterns is poverty mindset, there's health concerns, there's wealth concerns, there's just depression, anxiety, things that have been passed on, traumas that have been passed on that needs to be healed. Listen, I felt as though I'm actually going through a whole cycle with my generation. For example, what I'm trying to say is, before I get into the example, is you got to make an assessment first before you could take a jump into this. You really got to see where the dysfunction is and where the healthy is as well. Where the unhealthy and healthy, what is the difference between the two? What is it like? But for example, me being on YouTube, okay? I'm so used to being in the background because yes, my ancestors were in the background, not meant to be seen. And here I am being seen on the world's biggest platform. Like, come on, this is scary as it is. Me being consistent here on YouTube as much as I try to be and being in front of the camera, this is not easy for me. And to speak and to educate, this is the hardest thing. But I'm actually doing something that my ancestors couldn't do. And that's what I remind myself every day. I'm doing something that my ancestors weren't able to do or given the privilege to. And so that's the rewarding part of this all, is just the fact is that, hey, I'm doing something for my lineage. I'm doing something for the lineage, yeah. And there's just, honestly, I've been watching so many YouTube videos on this, on these generational wounds and patterns. Like, we're consistently emotionally shut down as a generation as a whole. We're not getting down to the basis. We're continuing in these relationships, making these same mistakes, and we continue doing it, and it's no outcome. There's no greater outcome. And then the next future generation doesn't have a clue because, hey, we messed up before them. And that's what it's all about. It's really correcting the mess and actually putting in better tools, is sharpening the tools and looking and assessing your life. Like, does this work? It's all about a life audit. That's what this actually is. When it comes to generational work, you got to work on the generation and you got to work on yourself as well. Like I said, it's not easy, but you really got to do a life audit and see where you're stumbling and look at your lineages as well. Where did they messed up on that you could actually input? And as of late, I've been called to do a lot of healing. There are tons of courses here I'm jumping right into on how to heal. There are tons of courses online, tons of it, tons of reading, tons of videos, just tons on how to heal yourself, the shadow side of yourself. And so that it gives privilege to the past, to the future, and to your present. That's all. It's also going to therapy. Going to therapy, being vulnerable and being honest with yourself. That's all what it is, so that you could live and be happy. Because I bet you our ancestors were not happy then. And I'm sure the future generation ain't going to be happy either. And you're not going to be happy. It's really called doing the work. That's what they would call it. It's called the work. You got to do this work. And like I said, it's been exhausting. It's been fatiguing. It's been emotionally charged. Sometimes I want to give up. Some days I'm here, some days I'm not. It's an ebb and flow, but it's such a reward at the end of the day when you actually do heal, when you actually take the steps to heal. It's all about taking action. It's about writing out your tools, the brand new tools, writing out the strategies, I would say, the better word for tools, and implementing them each and every day. You have to stay woke for this. You got to be present. That's all it is when it comes to healing generational wounds, is being present and taking accountability, taking responsibility of your actions as well. And from there, it's a smooth sail, but sometimes it takes a lot of, it does take a lot. I'm not going to say sometimes, it's really trying. You're going to have to do the work. You got to be present, and you got to be willing and able, because it's for yourself. Because you don't want to repeat the same things that happen in your family. And I know there's a lot of things that you disagree on, that you didn't like how things went down, and you would like to do it for your children. And so you're able to teach your children better ways of living. And from there, you pass on those tactics, and I'm sure they're going to improve on it. But you got to be on this self-improvement journey. You got to be on the healing journey. Do the work. See a counselor if you need to. Find a good support group. Work on your self-esteem, work on your confidence, just work on these pillars of happiness, wealth, health. It's just about work. And I don't know what the better way or pleasant way to say this, but it's rewarding, because every day you see your world a lot brighter than you thought it was before, if that makes sense. Your world is a lot brighter when you do the work. And I'm a living example. I don't know if you've seen any changes in me, but I'm not really good with speaking. But after doing this whole YouTube and actually having confidence in what I'm saying, I'm improving each and every day in my speech. And before, I always struggled with speaking. And in our family, we don't really talk. We don't really express ourselves. We don't really keep coherent sentences together. It's always in a blob, or it's always cut off. It's not really fully expressed, but here I am fully expressing. So I'm a living proof of it. Like I said, there's always that one person that does change the lineage for the better. It's just really staying woke and really doing the work, really seeing someone, a counselor, really assessing your life, doing a life audit, looking back at your family and seeing what they did wrong, so then you don't make the same mistake, or you put in better strategies. You create these boundaries. I mean, our ancestors did not know what boundaries were. They didn't know how to run relationships. So now we're in this new information age. We can do a lot better with the things that are provided to us now. And so with all that being said, I hope this video makes sense to somebody. I hope it does give some type of healing, that we all can do this. We all could change for the better. We all could live our best lives, be in the best careers, raise the best family, be our best selves, be in a different tax bracket than we are in, seeing a world in a better place. Our happiness would definitely increase. Overall, we would be better as a generation as a whole if we do the healing. And I know sometimes it takes generations. I'm telling you, it takes generations before someone comes along and say, hey, I'm ready to do the work. But I didn't think I was going to end up doing this at all. I didn't think this was something, oh yeah, healing just comes upon me. And it did come upon me in a sense, but I didn't know what to do. But as time went on, I was like, there's some things that need to be changed. Hence my 9-to-5 video, where I did come back that thinking. But it does take that one person, generation after generation, to really come to that sense. Like, oh my God, I need to do something with my life. I need to do something different, because I cannot live this way. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for being present with me. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please share this video if you think it helped you. It may help someone else. And I'll catch you guys in my new one. Bye.